Hey guys, Bios Ramos, and I'm here with Matty Ice, and we're here to bring you guys the Wildcard Weekend game picks for the 2019 postseason, the NFL. So, with that being said, let's get into this video.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team.
So, the season came to an end, and unfortunately, I couldn't beat Matt, honestly. My final record was 144, 110, and one tie. And what about you?
And mine was 152 and 102 and one tie.
Nice. So, with all of that being said, I think we agree on doing a fresh slate for the playoffs. Just a playoff record.
Let's do it.
All right.
I'm ready.
So we're gonna have this fresh slate of a record for the playoffs, and let's start off with the first game. We have the Houston Texans hosting the Buffalo Bills, and this is the first game of the Wildcard Weekend on Saturday. And who are you going with here?
I'm going Buffalo. I like
That's
Buffalo.
And what score you got for them?
I got Buffalo 23 and Houston 22.
Nice. So for me, on the other hand, I'm going Houston, and I have them winning by a field goal. I have them 27-24. I just think a lot has been going well for Houston this season, and it's nothing against Buffalo. I feel like they're a good team too, but just the wrong team. I feel like to meet in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson behind at QB.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Yeah. So, anything you want to say about Buffalo? Or?
I think Buffalo's legit, and
Yeah,
I think if they win this game and they can beat the Ravens, I think they're going to the Super Bowl.
Interesting.
I think that's my sleeper team, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, the only way they would play the Ravens is if the Patriots don't win, which is our next game. Yeah. So the next game we have is the New England Patriots hosting the Tennessee Titans, and I'm going Tennessee here, and I have them 33-27. I feel like Tennessee is a dangerous team heading into the playoffs. They're picking up their steam right at the right time, just getting a bunch of wins, stacking them up right towards the end of the season.
And they have a great running game.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going Tennessee this game, man.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I'm going Tennessee
Okay.
over New England.
So what's your score?
I have Tennessee 27, New England 20.
Okay, pretty close. And before we go on to the NFC side of things, the whole Sunday slate of games, just want to point out that the score I had for Dolphins versus the Patriots, 24-27, was the final score.
But the opposite.
Just opposite way around. So it was pretty cool though.
Yeah.
All right. Now, the first game on Sunday, we have the New Orleans Saints hosting the Minnesota Vikings. I think this is the first time they're playing, at least in the playoffs, since the Minnesota Miracle.
Yeah.
And this is the perfect start to their redemption tour.
Yeah,
if you think about it for the Saints.
I think it's gonna be a good game, but I think just offensively, the Saints are so good.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, and for that reason, I'm going New Orleans 30, and I got the Vikings 20.
Yeah. Me on the other hand, I think the Vikings won't put up as many points. I have them with 17, and I have the Saints going with 28. It might be a little bit less, like it's less than what you would think the Saints will put out there.
No,
but
for sure, yeah.
But Minnesota has a pretty good defense, and I'll give them credit where credit is due.
They have great defense, but I don't know. I just think since Kamara's coming back now, and he's scored the last 2 games, so if they can find him getting healthy involved,
I saw this crazy thing that he hadn't scored since like week 3 of the season until now, until the last 2 weeks, which is crazy.
I don't think he was struggling. I think he was just hurt.
Yeah.
But
yeah, he was out for some time.
If they can get him involved now, bro, it's going to be really scary for the defenses.
No, definitely. This is a time of the year where you actually need them, and especially if they imagine they advance this game, they go to Green Bay where it's going to be cold, and they're going to need to rely on a running game for some part, even though Drew Brees is their quarterback. They just need to keep going. And now we have the final Sunday game, and this is a pretty good game. We have the Seattle Seahawks going to Philadelphia to face off the Philadelphia Eagles, and honestly, Matt, a lot of people are taking Philly. I like Philly, but I'm going Seattle 33, Philly 30, field goal difference.
I think I'm going Seattle, and I don't think Philly's going to even score that much. I think it's just they're hurt. They're so banged up offensively, defensively. So I have Seattle winning 30-17.
Yeah, because if Seattle was in any other division besides the NFC West, they would be a division leader. Possibly hosting a playoff.
What did they go? 12-4 or 11-5?
Yeah. Because they were 11-4, and then they lost to the 49ers last week of the game, last week of the season. So that was our game picks. I got Houston, Tennessee, Saints, and the Seahawks. What about you?
I have Bills, Titans, Seattle, and Saints.
Alrighty. And now let's just announce what we have continuing on with our bracket here.
Yeah, let's do
we
it.
printed out brackets. This is what we're speculating is going to happen throughout the rest of the playoffs. So advancing from that first game, Houston is going to be facing Baltimore. And out of those two, I have Baltimore winning. What about you?
For my picks, for Buffalo and Baltimore, I have Baltimore winning that game.
Okay. And then on the lower end of that, we have Kansas City and both of us put Tennessee. But I have Kansas City advancing to the NFC Championship.
I'm with you. I have my homeboy, Kansas City, going to the next round. And
then let's take it over to NFC. I have a rematch of Seattle and San Francisco, which is going to be very good.
Same.
I think you do. But I have the Seahawks coming out of it. What about you?
I have Kyle Shanahan winning that game.
Alrighty.
I think it's going to be him versus Seahawks. I don't think it's
No, it's a great coaching duel, too, between the two. Pete Carroll and...
Kyle Shanahan is the man, bro.
Yeah.
He's the man, bro. He's the man, dude. I think it's going to be about him. If they make it... They go as far as his play calling, to be honest.
Yeah.
If he calls a great game, they're winning.
No,
they're
definitely.
winning
They would have been the outright number one seed, not even have to play that really realistically play that final game if it wasn't for that Atlanta game.
Yeah, man. And with this guy calling plays, this guy with Jimmy G went 5-0 when they traded for him. They didn't lose a game when he was under center. Because Jimmy G was better than they had a C.J. Beathard
and
another
Chris
guy.
Mullins, I think.
Yeah, or Nick Mullins.
And
he was winning games with those. He won like 3-10.
Yeah.
When they brought him in, it's just this guy is just so good offensively,
in his
bro.
system, yeah.
That system, and now look at him. Last year they got hurt, and he was shaking things up, and then. God, bro, 13-3, dude.
Nah, that's unfortunate for them. What happened last season?
Yeah.
But finally, they have a bounce back season. They do it. And then from the Green Bay New Orleans game, this was kind of hard for me to pick.
It's a tough game.
But I had to go Green Bay just because they're in Lambeau Field. If it was in the Saints, if it was in the Superdome, I would 100% pick the Saints. But home field advantage, especially in the playoffs, is 100% real.
It's huge.
So
it's huge.
And what about you? You got Green Bay advancing as well?
I got that bad man at number 12 from the Green Bay Packers, baby. I'm going him all the way.
All right. And now we have the conference championships. We have the Baltimore Ravens against the Kansas City Chiefs. And I know me and you got differences here, but I'm going Baltimore. And what about you?
I'm going Kansas City. Yeah. I think it's going to be an offensive juggernaut.
Oh no, it's going to be a punch for punch.
It could be more than when I have like a score that I picked, but it can go more. But I'm going Kansas City.
All right. And then for the NFC Championship, I have Seattle versus Green Bay. And what about you?
NFC, I got Green Bay.
Yeah. So you have the Green Bay coming out. You have them beating the Niners.
I got them beating the Niners. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going. It's a tough choice for me because I love both teams, and I'm going Green Bay.
Nah, it's a bunch of great teams here. And then finally, we have the Super Bowl. And for me, I have Baltimore versus Seattle, and this is the dream matchup I have for the Super Bowl. This is the teams that I would love to go see, watch, and play. But I have Baltimore winning it out. They've just been one of those great teams all season.
Unstoppable right now, yeah.
So going against Seattle, who defense isn't as good, their offense has been getting better as Russell Wilson's been progressing his career.
And I'm going I have the Chiefs and Packers, and I love both teams. But I think Aaron Rodgers is just gonna go berserk.
Yeah,
I think
he's due for one.
I think he's gonna have one of the best playoffs since his last Super Bowl, and I'm going Green Bay winning it all.
But if I can rewind it back just a little bit to the divisional round when Nola plays Green Bay, that game could go either way.
Yeah,
to be honest.
To be honest, if it's not. Well, let me take that back because if it's not Green Bay, I'm going Niners, bro.
Yeah,
so,
you're a big Niners guy.
But the Saints, honestly, the Saints win it all. I think they're the team to beat, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think they're probably the best team in the NFC. Just offensively and defensively, they're good.
Yeah.
But Green Bay or the Niners, bro, they're so good for me.
Yeah,
bro.
I definitely feel that. So at the end of the day, you have the Packers as champions, and I got Baltimore as champions. Let's see how this playoffs turns out. Very interested to see how our picks go through, and not only that, just how the rest of the playoff bracket fills up and who ends up being the Super Bowl champion. But we're gonna keep updating you guys next week when we'll do the divisional round, and we'll be back for that. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a nice thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Click the post notification bell option if you haven't done it yet, and follow me on Twitter and Instagram at @ByAustinRamos and check byaustinramos.com.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, by the way. And lastly, even though they're not playing, fins up.
Miami has the Dolphins.